So thank you very much. I am used to other softwares for this recording, but anyway. So let me quickly go back. So I'll just here we talk about what ERP means. We said it's an acronym for Enterprise Resource Planning, and we talked about the evolution of ERP. Here we talk about the importance of ERP, and we also demonstrated one or two about. Oh, we also talked about what our grandmothers and our mothers does or did in those days, and which was not giving them efficiency or giving them some sort of profit and all. We also talk about modules in ERP. We talk about HR, finance, procurement, manufacturing, and other modules of ERPs. Here we were trying to talk about importance of financial data in decision making. So we want to use this example. We said Chidi owns a small car wash in Lagos. It charges 1,000 per wash, but doesn't track his spending on soap, water, or worker salary. And that is what most of us do. Even though we have gone to school, yet we don't really take note of some of these things. We just spend our money the moment we have our profit or get our salary, and we have a side also. We just do it without putting accounts or taking account of all these things. At the end of the month, he realizes he has no savings and can't figure out why. And that's what we do too in our various business. Sometimes we don't even know, we don't know how we have spent or how much we have spent. We don't have a track of that. And that's why accounting is something I really love. At the end of this video, this session, I'll tell you some story about myself. So, with proper accounting now, Chidi starts recording every wash, expense, and salary paid. He discovered that the increase in his price to 1,002 and buying soap in bulk saves him money, right? Now he sees profit growth and plan to open a second location. That's the power of accounting. It shows you where your money goes. That's true. Absolutely true. Anyway, people can argue it, but for me, it's absolutely true. When you keep record of everything, it's. Sorry, I need to meet someone. Sorry, please, you can mute yourself. I'm trying to do that, but okay. So then we'll talk about assets. Now we are talking about core concept of accounting. We're talking about assets, liability, equity, income, expenses, profits, and double entry booking. This was put down on this what they call it slide, simply because of those who are not proper accountants. So just for you to have a little bit of what we are talking about. So here we are talking about assets, we are talking about liability, we're talking about equity, income, and all that. So what is assets? Assets, what a business owns: cash, property, equipment. That's what a business owns, like what you own. Liability is what the business owes, they owe. But this owing now is with regards to third party. Yeah, that's what this business. Now equity is also something that we owe, like something we owe, but in this case we owe to the owner. Let me say to the owner of business. That's what equity literally mean. Equity is also something you are owing, but to the owners of the business, maybe to shareholders and all that. While liability is something you also owe, but this time is to the third party, like bank and all that. So we talk about income. Income is money that you earn from your sales or services. Then we talk about expenses, money spent to run the business. And there are some examples alongside this definition, brief definition anyway. So here we talk about double entry bookkeeping. For every transaction, one account is debited and another is credited. So this is the fundamental principle of debit and credit anyway. So I'm just doing this thing brief because the most important of this thing is for us to demonstrate, to show us the system and demonstrate one or two about the system. So the accounting cycle, we said the accounting cycle has we have transaction, we have journal entries, we have ledger, we have financial statements. So and I will not talk much of this transaction at all. I'll just use this down statement to explain what we are talking about above. So Angat runs a small suya business. At first, he just notes sales on piece of paper. Later, he starts using a notebook to record each transaction. Like he now starts recording each transaction. At the end of the week, he has subtotal for meat purchases, which is expense ledger, also daily sales, which is income ledger, and cash left, which is cash ledger. With this, he calculates his profits and knows how much to save or reinvest. That's how the accounting cycle helps business stay organized. So now we are now going deeper into what is SAP. So SAP is an acronym, right? SAP is an acronym for System Application and Product in Data Processing. So SAP actually started by 5 people in Germany. And it got started in 1970. And they started with, in fact, the bedrock of accounting with SAP itself. SAP itself starts with accounting. From what you are seeing on my screen here, you are seeing these 5 individuals started SAP, and after 1 year, the first financial accounting software was completed. This formed the basis continuous development of other software components, right? So it was the accounting stuff that it started with, and they now started building the software to also take other modules like material management, like that's supply chain, talk about what they call logistics, talk about sales and distribution, talk about production planning, talk about project system. There are other modules on SAP. SAP is now SAP is so big and so large that the modules on it itself are so robust. We have joint venture accounting, which is also a sub-module in SAP. So a lot of things are now embedded in SAP, right? So users, they have more than that, and in fact, it's even less exaggerated anyway. So we'll talk about scalability. Sorry, is my network bad? Okay, now we'll talk about scalability. SAP grows with your business. Whether you are a small shop or multinational companies, yes, SAP actually grows businesses. We'll talk about real-time data. SAP is a real-time based system. So an SAP is also SAP has industry-specific solutions. Like for example, for oil and gas, they have, for international standard, whatever, they have solutions for it. So quickly, we'll just talk about some of the modules on SAP, which I've spoken about. I've spoken about the financial accounting module. I've talked about the CEO module. I've talked about the material management, the sales distribution, the human capital management as well. So SAP modules are subdivided into technical and functional, right? We have the functional side, which is like the financial accounting we're talking about here, the material management, the supply chain, the human capital management, the plant maintenance. These are functional modules. Now, the technical modules are the ABAP, which is Advanced Business Application Programming. You write some code to do some sort of enhancements or some sort of maintenance and all. So we have the basis. The basis is more like is the system administrator, let me call it. So they are saddled with the responsibility of monitoring the performance of the system, upgrading security and all these things here. We have PIPO. So PIPO are more like an integrator. So they are more like an integrator. So they ensure communication between SAP and other systems. So they do integration of SAP with other systems using APIs and all that. That's what the PIPO does. So the BTP guys, the BTP is a business technology platform, right? It's just a new system that ensured integration of entire landscape of SAP solutions. It's a very robust one. It's new and people are jumping onto it actually. So financial accounting. So this one here is just because this is the area we are actually concentrating on, actually financial accounting and controlling. That's what we are concentrating on. So this is a brief story, let me call it, or theory about financial accounting and the concept about how financial accounting and control, because really you can't really separate financial accounting and management accounting, right? It's difficult to separate them because where some businesses use this only financial accounting, but for proper business to have what they call it, it's better to also implement the CEO module in the system. So these are just story. I'll share this slide after the class, and I'll also update this slide with some other entries that we'll be doing on the system. Then we'll talk about key features of SAP FICO, that's FI and CO. We'll talk about integration, we'll talk about real-time data, we'll talk about cost allocation, profitability analysis, budgeting and planning, reporting. Yes, all these things are these are key features of the both module FI and CO. Whatever you post at the FI point of view, it also flows to the CO. Yeah, whatever you post at the FI point, it flows to CO. So now, so under FI, under financial accounting is detailed with general ledger accounting, accounts payable, accounts receivable, bank accounting, asset accounting, right? These are the modules under financial accounting. We talk about general ledger accounting, bank accounting, accounts receivable, account payable. These are some of the things that is embedded in some of these modules. I'll further explain some of these things. Then under management accounts, which is the CO part of it now, we have cost accounting, we have profit center accounting, we have internal order, we have product costing, we have material ledger, we have profitability analysis. This is where the modules that falls under CO, right? So these are just brief records, reports like T code and all that. But now at this point, let me share my screen, my SAP screen, the software itself, and then we'll start as we are working on it or explaining one or two about the interfaces or the transaction, day-to-day transaction. I'll be explaining some of these things in detail. So I'll just close it, then I'll open the screen. Can you see my screen here? Can someone confirm that I'm seeing a black screen with something called SAP Logon 770?
Yes, you can see it.
Oh, good. Thank you very much. Thank you. So this is SAP. This is the software. You can see it comes with this icon. This is the icon. This is the software. So SAP is just like a software. It's a software. It's an ERP system, just like every other system. Just like Oracle, just like Microsoft Dynamics, just like QuickBooks, like any other system. So it's just like that. But it's a very robust system. It's for me, it's number one in the market. For me, it's number one in the market. There's no arguments about it anyway, because they really improved from what they started with. So when you find yourself in this environment, this software, this icon here, you see a logo. Can you see this logo here? This logo. There's a logo here. So if you click on this logo, it will take you into the system, just like you're logging into your Facebook account or your Twitter account or your X account, as the case may be. So, but there's some setup that has been done actually, because I'll just click on this and I'll show you. Okay, I'll just show you that anyway. So these are setups that has been done. Without these setups, you can't really connect because they are using IP or what's it called, internet address to ensure that you're able to log into the system, because there's security. Actually, you can't even if I give you this parameter now and you have a software, the same software, you can't log into my system because you still need some other thing like my user ID and my password. So I can double click this screen, I can double click this line here, I can double click it, or I click on this, right? So I'll double click this, then it will show me this screen. It's showing me this screen now. Now you can see client here, you see client, you see user, you see password, you see logon, which is the language, logon language here. So these clients here, so SAP deals with three-tier architecture, meaning that we have the development environment, we have the testing environment, that's the quality environment, then we have the production environment. So every software has this principle, the principle of having a place where you are cooking your food, then having a place where you are doing your testing, and having a place where your customer will come to eat. I'm sure we understand that. So every software, every good software has this three-tier architecture thing, what's called principle. So SAP also have the same thing. So SAP uses this key, this number, this 1000 to identify which clients we are currently in. So this one now, this particular client is what I'm working on. I'm working on 100. So some could be 400, some could be 800, right? So I'll use my user, that I'm using a user here to log into the system. So I'll just put my password. So after putting on my password, I'll click on enter on my keyboard. Well, I want to show you something. Let's assume I put a wrong password. It will flag me that the name or password is incorrect. As you can see, saying the name or password is incorrect. So I purposely put a wrong password to show you this. So I'm clicking in. So, and after the failed attempt, it will show me that number of failed password logon attempt is 1. If it is 2, it will tell you 2. If it is 3 times, it will knock you off from the system. So it won't allow you to come into the system except you reach out to your security guys, that is your system security guys, to help you unlock it. So I'll click enter on my keyboard and it will redirect me to the screen, to the main screen. So you are seeing an SAP screen now. This is an SAP screen. So you see from this place, it's showing me my user ID, my clients, and the program I'm running, the application server that I'm actually running on, and what have you, right? So here, this is called a search bar. It's called a search bar. The search bar is also located under the menu bar. So you see we have menu here. You see we have menu. We have user menu, which is user menu is the menu for the user. So sometimes some system, they will ensure that you are unable to see any other menu apart from what they have assigned to you from the backend. You'll be seeing just what you are assigned to. If you're a user, if you're a bookkeeper, you'll see just the bookkeeping menu. So that's what this particular one means. The SAP menu is more like the structure, the default structure of SAP. It will come in with its default structure. That's what this thing is. This business workplace is like an email or an inbox. Let me say it's like an inbox where you see some certain, if your system has done some sort of, if you have configured workflow, if you have configured some sort of workflow in your system, and you say for everything that goes, you want to approve some document, it should come into your inbox. So this is how to quickly get to your inbox, right? So, and likewise some other parameters. This is a refresh. Click on it to just refresh your system. That's all. Nothing else. So this is edit. So like I said for the menu, all these things they have something that they are doing, right? And favorites and all that, right? So now I'll just show you brief of what these things are doing. So like for the favorites now, what this favorite means is that see this top here, this thing here is one of the favorite that I structured just to show you this thing. So I structured this favorite to have Fiori, to have Profit Center, Cost Center, Cost Center PC, Fund Management, GL, Accounts Payable, Accounts Receivable, Assets. I'll delete it to show you some other things. So these are some of the things I've structured for assets accounting, and these are the things I've structured for maybe accounts like aging reports, line item, and all that. So I'll delete it. I'll delete the favorite, then I'll start it fresh so that I'll show you what we're doing. So now you come to this favorite, you just right click your keyboard and click on insert folder. So insert folder meaning you want to, I know most of us know that. So I'm just saying, let's say asset. I'll type it and click enter on my keyboard. I'll also come here to create another one. I could say maybe accounts payable. So I could also come here and say insert another one. I could say accounts receivable. Sorry. So now these things, nothing are inside of this stuff here, nothing are inside. So again, I forgot to tell you that this is GUI. That's SAP GUI, this graphical user interface, right? So we have SAP Fiori, which uses the browser to show you some of the screen. They are slightly different from the GUI, slight difference anyway. So now nothing is inside this stuff. And for the GUI, most of the time we use T code, we use transaction code. That's what we call it, T code. We use transaction code to navigate to wherever we want to go to. So this account pay receivable now, or asset, let me start with asset. So I want to put some transaction code inside. So I could do something. I'll show you a different way of doing this. I'm on this part now. You can see I've highlighted this asset. I'll right click, then I'll say put insert transaction. I'll click on insert transaction. So I'll say to create an asset code, I'll just say AS01. AS01 is what we use in creating an asset code. We'll still get to this place where we explain what it is. So I'll click enter, or you click on this check mark, this green check mark, and now you have assigned something to the. It's like favorites, like something you want, you do every day. So you assign them to the respective folder. So anytime you want to go through, because we are not computers, so we have less thing that we can put in our brain, So we have more than 1,000 transaction code in the system. So you may not necessarily know how to memorize all of them. So you just know a few ones and you put them here. So that whenever you want to use them, just click onto this place and you go. So for accounts payable, I could also put something like every system. So I'll explain some of this code, what they do, right? And I'll also show you this is just one way of. Okay, I think I created another folder, so I'll delete this. I'll delete this folder. Right, what I just want to, I don't want to create subfolder inside folder, just want to put the transaction code, right? So I'll say MV16. So someone mic is on. Okay, fine. It's okay. So now, MV60, I'll tell you what they mean, but don't let me dwell on it now. I'm just showing you how to add something right into your screen, into your menu, right? So I know the code, and that's why I could just easily put it here. But what about if I don't know the code? So the other ways to get around it is to come to accounting, to come to financial accounting. right? Because we are dealing with financial accounting, right? You come to under financial accounting, you come to general ledger, or you close general, you come to account payable, anyone you want to come to. And there's something you will notice. Notice something here. Accounts receivable, these are the document structure of SAP. If you look below this place too, it's similar thing, right? It's similar thing. So the moment you know one part, how to go about it, the rest you know about it here. So accounts receivable, account, and every other one has the same structure. They have the same structure. Now, I want to go to let's say journal to journal. Like I want to do a journal to journal. You can also see again for general ledger. So and I also explain what general ledger means. So I'll get there. So I just want to concentrate on this favorite thing. So I'll come to account, or let me go to master record. I'll come to master record, GL accounting, individual processing, this particular one now. I don't know the code. And that's why I do it down through the path to the code, right? And sometimes your own system may not have this code is beside there because there's a way you can hide it. You come through a setting. You come through setting, you could say display the right at the end or you display technical name. So you have to come to this place to say display technical name before this code will come in. If not, the code will not show you, right? Your system may not have display technical name, so you have to come through extras and settings. And sometimes there are some GUI that will have settings just outside there. You just click on settings and you come straight to the place, right? So again, settings, then you come to display technical name, and that's why you could see this place. I could do that to remove it, but I don't want to waste our time around it. So one thing is that you come to accounting, come to financial accounting, you come to probably account payable, I'll go to master record, then I could go to FK01. So now you want to add this one to account payable. You could just hold this key and drag it to the place. Can you see what I just did? You drag it to the accounts payable section. You see a plus there. I've not dropped my keyboard and my mouse, and that's why it's still hanging. But the moment I drop it, it will go inside. You can see it has come inside, right? Someone is on mute. Okay, fine. So you could see that I've inserted the what they call the T code. It's not as if I'm removing the T code here, I'm just putting it in my favorite, right? And that's what I've just done. I'm just putting it in my favorite. I think I've said much about this favorite thing. You can, if you are fortunate to have a system and a GUI, you can demonstrate some of these things, right? So that's for favorite. Extras are where you just you quickly do some technical stuff here, like administration information, display documentation, technical details, settings, and all that and all that. System is also a place where you can create a new screen. So if you want to create a new GUI screen, let me show you something. I'm currently in the screen so that you will see the difference. I'm in a screen here now. I'm in a new screen. So I can come to system, come to this place so that you see that it will take me to another screen. And you can also use Control N. Most time I use Control N to go to another screen. Use Control N to navigate to a new screen. You can see it has brought me to a new screen. I'm sure we got that. So now there are some other things too, like service object. A lot of things that the system can do. It's over time. You have to understand them over time, right? So again, now I just want to show you this before I leave navigation. What I'm just doing here is trying to show you the navigation of the system. So as you can see my screen here now, I could go back. If you want to go to another screen, assuming you know the T code, let's say I want to go to LB50. Currently in LB50, let's say I'm going to, and if you want to see the T code again, you can also come to this place to see the T code, right? You can see the transaction code LB50. So I'm in the LB50 screen now. So if I want to go to another screen, I want to use T code because I said in initial that this is a search bar, this is where to search your T code, right? So I want to go to LB60. If I click on LB60 on my, and I go, it will take me there. It will take me there because I'm still on a particular screen. So to move out of that screen, I need to use /N. So what will /N do? /N will just take you back to the previous screen or to the default menu screen or SAP menu screen. That's what /N will do. So I'll click enter on my keyboard. You can see it has taken me back to the screen. Now, I'll also show you something, FB50. So I'm coming into another screen and I want to go to another screen instead of going back. So you can do F/N, then you say F.02. Watch, this screen I'm going to now is not the same with this screen. I just want to note it here. I'm using /N F.02. I'm going now. And it has brought me to this new screen. You can see it has brought me to a new screen. So this is how to do some sort of navigation. So the screens are almost the same thing. SAP screens are almost the same thing, but with just little stuff. So the moment you know how to navigate yourself, I think you'll be fine. So I'm going back to the previous screen. And so I'm trying to explain the navigations, the interface, what you can get from the interface and all that. The next one is this one and this menu, SAP GUI, what have you. What you can do on this place, you can know about the system. You can know about the system. You can change the font, you can change the color, you can change some stuff about that's what you can do around this place. So I'll just show you one or two. So this theme, this font, this brand, this color, I can change the color of the screen, but this particular color is the default color of SAP. So I can change the font, I can change the color, I can change anything. So by the time you have your own system, you can play around it, right? So I don't want to be doing much changes here. So I'm done. I think I'm done with the user interface or the work around the user interface, right? So now I want to go deeper into the accounting section now, the accounting part of it. Previously, while we're showing our slide, we've spoken about what accounting is. Accounting is just a way of keeping records, like keeping every type of records, right? And the fundamental principle of accounting is saying that we should do assets equal to equity plus liability, right? That's the fundamental principle, saying assets equal to equity plus liability. So we could also say that the expanded equation is asset plus expenditure, plus expenditure equal to equity plus liability plus revenue, right? We could also say that because for anything you see under this other hand, I think I need to open an Excel sheet so that it can be. So what I'm saying is, hold on. So we're talking about financial accounting. So we are saying assets equal to equity plus liability, right? And we talk about the definition of this thing. We said asset is something you owe, equity is something you owe, but to the owner, right, or to shareholder. When I say liability is something you owe, but this time to third party like the bank and others, right? So this is the equation, and then we said the standard equation could be asset plus expenses plus let's say drawing, but it's not starting, but let's leave it as drawing then. Sorry, plus equity. I know some of our accountant people are here, they can correct me. Equity plus liability plus revenue, or we call it income. That's revenue. So for anything you see by this other side now, this is from here to this place are debits. They are debit accounts. Okay, they are debit accounts. We are not treating accounting here actually. It's just for us to create a bedrock of where we are. So we are saying for anything here. Okay, sorry. Well, everything by this hand side, equity. I said, wait. Okay, after equal to, right? For anything here, they are what? They are debit account, while everything on the other side is credit account. So whenever you see an expenditure, whenever you are treating it an expenditure transaction, you debit an expenditure, right? Equity is a credit account naturally, liability is a credit account naturally, revenue is also a credit account naturally. The accounts are know this. I'm just giving a so that we will know what before we. So now, I'm closing this. I'm going back now. So under now we have different type of transactions that we do under accounting. We have different type of standard. We talk about journals to journal, yeah, GL to GL, GL to GL. So GL to GL most likely, most of the time is to do some sort of adjustment. So for example, someone was not supposed to post to a travel, or someone went to someone traveled and spent a night in what do you call it in an hotel, and there's a GL that such the bookkeeper ought to post to, let's say, accommodation. So the person ought to post like a credit to the vendor and a debit to accommodation. Unfortunately, the person posted it to meal and entertainment, right? So such kind of scenario, you can adjust the entry. You can adjust the entry. You can come back and say, okay, let me post a journal adjustment, and you do that through FB50, which is GL to GL. So there are 2 or 3 ways you can post a journal in the system. The first one is to say FB50. You use FB50 T code, but I will use, because of most of us that don't know this T code, I'll use the navigation on my screen. So I'll come to accounting, I'll come to financial accounting, I'll come to general ledger, and I'll come to document entry. I'll come to document entry, then I'll come to field FB50, which is posting a journal to journal. This is what I'll do. But first off, what I want to demonstrate on this webinar is to show you how to create a master record first, because you want to assume, okay, how do I know how to do this? How do I get to know this or that? So I'll just show you that. The first one we'll do is to create a GL. We'll create some GLs in the system, then we'll now proceed to those GLs, right? So let's create some GL. If you want to create a GL, you come to general ledger, one, because general ledger is what we house anything GL. You come to general ledger, you come to master record, then you come to GL account, you come to individual processing, then you come to FS00, which is creating of GL centrally. So this is what you do. You click on FS00, which is creating GL centrally. Now, I've created some GLs here. Actually, I've created some GL here, but we'll create our own fresh. So, and GL have structures. There's structure on how you create your GLs. There's a structure on how you create your GLs, because your GLs at the end of the day will still conform to your accounting principle, your accounting structure, which is asset equal to equity plus liability. But at the end of the day, you run your financials and you want to submit your financials to government entities like IFRS, like what do you call it? All these entities that require you submit your financials to them every year, right? So this is how to go about it. So what we now do, we want to create a GL now, right? The first thing we'll do is to come to, we'll just click on this tab, which is create. We'll click on this tab, create. Then we'll put a particular GL. Now, I want to show you something. If I put 120000 something, and I come down to this place to say I'm creating a primary cost of revenue, that's a P&L account, and I said I want operating expenditure, the system will flag me an error. So the error the system is flagging now is that this code that I want to create, which is 12000, does not belong in this category which we have defined. There's a place where we have defined the bandwidth. There's a place where we have defined the bandwidth of our GLs. We have instructed the system that, hey, don't go beyond this or this particular code or code series. We have defined it in the system. I could just quickly show you that, just 1 minute, just to show you. I'll go to SIMG. So this is the backend. This is where the consultants actually work. It's not for the users. This is where the consultants work. This is the backend to do some configuration. So I'll click go to this GL. I just want to show you, not to bore you much. So define account group. So I'll come to this place, then I'll put my chart of accounts, which is JY01. So you can see from this place now, you see this is my chart of accounts. I don't want to bore you again with that. This is my account group. So this is my account group, and this is the name. So you can see operating expenditure, which is this particular one. I've instructed the system that whatever code, whatever GL you are creating for operating expenditure should be within this bandwidth, is 5,000 to 6,999. That's what I've instructed the system to do. So that's why the system is flagging me this error. That's what I'm about to create does not belong to this code bandwidth, right? You see, account group OPEX, that's operating expenditure, only defined for accounts from this, whereas I'm trying to create this, and that's why the system is flagging me the error. So I can just cancel. I'm just trying to show you. I'll just cancel this. No, I'm canceling actually. Saying cancel, say no. Good. So I could just start again, say FS00. So what I want to create is an expense. And we have created one expense before, but I want to create another one. So let me just open all the expense of business expenditure. So I'll just say maybe 6. Okay, let me do this one. So I'll copy this code. So I'll click on create here. I'm clicking on create now. Look at what I'm doing. I'm clicking on create. Then I'll put the code. I'll say, let's say maybe 40. I'll say 40. Then I'll come to this place. I'll click the operating expenditure here. So I'll click on primary cost of revenue, right? Because their P&L statements, P&L GL that I'm creating. So I'll come to account group. Account group is more like saying what is the grouping that I want to create. If you have seen a financial statement before, you know that grouping is important in your financial statement, right? Where you have your cash out bank, you have your fixed asset, you have income, liability, da. So I'm clicking on operating expenditure as my account group. You can see that the system is not pushing me or flagging me error because I've chosen the code within the bandwidth of the account grouping that I've assigned, right? So I'll come to this place now and I'll put the text. Let's say meal. I'll say meal and entertainment now. Don't mind my typing very rush also. So I'll come to control data. So you put a short text. This is just a description to what you are creating. And I'll come to control data. Then all these things has meaning anyway. All these things you are saying, they have meaning. So but it is not one day that you can get to know all the meanings. It's over time that you get to understand, okay, what is this, what is this. But I'll just go to the major ones. So you put a currency here. You are saying this particular GL should be NGN, not USD, not pounds, not what have you. So I'll put NGN here. Then I'll come to create bank interest, this one. Then I'll put a fee status. So the fee status, what it does is that from the word field, what it does is that it controls the field in the front end. And that's what this thing does. But I'll just put one particular one so you see what that will do. So these are some of the groups we have created in the system. Because one thing you must also notice that all these things that are coming up, somebody must have defined it before you can see it. We have done, the consultant, the certified consultant must have done all these things before you can see all these things here. And I hope one day you guys want to extend you want to do more to become a consultant too. But I know we are just looking at some stuff here now. So these are accounts we have defined it in the back from the back end. Now we are selecting it. And what this field group, this field status, what they do, like what they do is that they control the field. They control the field in the front end. I'll still talk about it. So I'll just put this particular one, which is, let me again show you. This G0, you can see the general with text assignment. General with text assignment, meaning that text is a mandatory field. You must put a text before you go. That's what this thing is. I'll just put it as I'll save. I'll save it. Cost element category was not specified. Now, the reason why it's pointing to cost element category now is because cost element category is that because all operating expenditure and all our revenue, the costing, because for those who are accountants, management account treats what? It treats anything that is relating with cost. Costing. That's what they do most of the time, right? So your expenditure and your revenue, that particular management account is prompting you that since we have activated management account, if we have not activated it now, it will not prompt all this error. But because we have activated it, it's pointing us to this place that we must, as a matter of fact, put a cost element category. Now we'll go to the cost element category now. Now it's grayed out now. You can see it's grayed out. I can't put anything. I'm typing something and it's not coming through. So what you just need to do is to click on edit from this place. Now you click on edit, then this will come up. Then you come to cost element category and just put something. Now, because we are creating expenditure, not revenue, right? Not settlement, not accrual, not deferral. So I'll put primary cost reduce revenue. That's what I'll select. I'll not select revenue, I'll not select it because what we are creating is an expenditure. So I'll click on this one. And I'll click on save now. Now I've saved it, right? There are other ways to also create this GL. You can create the GL by copying, right? Now look at something. I created this one fresh. Now this one I'm about to create now. You can see I'll select this one, then I'll click on copy. I've selected this one, I'll just click on copy. Normally, what I'm supposed to do is to click on this one, which will be create. You see something will come up. By the time you over it, tell you create. But this time, I want to copy it. I'm clicking on copy. Then it will tell me the reference GL I'm using is 610140. Then what do I want to create? I want to create a new GL, which is, let me just say 50. I'll say 50. I'll click enter on my keyboard. Then it will come to this place. So now what happens is I've copied from the previous GL to a new GL. And you can see it's already taking mail and entertainment. So I'll change this one now to let me say drinks. Let me say drinks. I'll copy it and I'll place it here to drinks. So I don't need to do any changes again because that's copied all the parameters for the previous one. So I'll not really do anything. I'll just go ahead and save it. So these are two ways to create GL from the front end side. From the back end, you can also create multiple GLs, but that's not in the boundary of discussion today. So I've created two GLs now. Now I want to post to them because what I said was that we'll create GL. That's master record. The first thing we'll do is to create a GL master record. Then we'll go and post into it. They will now do a bookkeeping on accounts, a posting into the account. So I told you before that if I'm in a particular screen and I want to go back to another screen or a previous screen, I'll use /n. I just don't want to go back, but I want to go into another screen to demonstrate another thing. So I'll just put MB15. I'll put MB50 because MB50 is what is used to do what? To post a journal to journal. As you can see the screen, this is the screen. They call this screen enjoy screen. I'll go back again. So in case you don't know the TCO, I'll go back and show you how to navigate to this MB50. So I'm in financial accounting ledger. I'm done with master record. I'll just close this master record and I'll go to document entry. And it is like this for others too. Document entry, document account, master record. It's like this for every sub module that you open, right? I think I've shown you that before. So I'll go to document entry, then I'll come to MB50. I'll come to this MB50, then I'll start. The first thing that the system requires is dates. Without dates, how can you keep record? How can you keep record of what is happening? Right? How can you keep record without dates? So now we put our dates. So today is 7th of 12th. So I'll put 7/12/2024. Now, there are various ways. I'm using 7.12, right? And some of you will be asking, why are you putting dot instead of slash or hyphen? Yes, SAP is a default system that comes with dots. You know, if you have handled some currency thing with Nigeria before or some other countries, you see that people thought that we use in Nigeria, they will put comma, you know. So we have slight difference. This is a Java software. But you can change it. There's a place you can change it to say, I don't want to be using dots, I want to be using /, I want to be using hyphen or dash. There's a place you can change it. If you want to change it, you come to your user parameter. Well, I don't want to show you all those things now. You come to user parameter, you come to user, user profile, you come to user profile, you come to use set data, you come to set data. Okay, sorry. Come to system. So you come to system, then you come to user profile, then you say user data. Then when you come to the user data now, you can now set some default parameter. So you can say I'm in default. So you can say I'm saying 1.234. Just because it's a jamming system, it's coming with this 1 dot, which is not something we are used to. You can change it. I can change it to 1,234,567.89. Right? I could use this one too, but I'll just leave it. I'll just leave what it is. I'll leave it so that I don't but you could do anything on it. You could change those things. So I'll just go back to our MB50, which is journal to journal. We're trying to pass an adjustment entry. Right? I'll put a date. So today's date is 07, like I said. So 12/2024 NGN. So reference, you can put a reference, you can say adjustment entry, right? Then you go to header, you can also put adjustment entry. Sorry, I'll just type a Russian. Don't mind my typing. So now I want to put a GL. Remember we created a GL for what? For food, drinks, and something. So we'll go then put those GLs and pass the entry. And before I pass the entry, I also need to let you know that nothing has been posted to this entry because we have just created it to the GL. So I'll put on drinks, I'll click on drinks, then I also select the one we created as well. So the way to go about it, I think I did show you this, is that I'm inside this place now. I want to I want to cram it, so I want to go look for you. Click on this place to go look for the GL. Then you come to this place to start search. Upon you put in your chat account, you can continue your search. Then I'll put meal and entertainment. That's the two GL we have created. Now one will be a credit and the other one will be a debit. Then I'll just put 100 naira. That's the adjustment I want to pass 100 naira. And you know, for every credit there must be corresponding debit, right? So I'll click enter on my keyboard. Now, you see, there will be some error. So the error now is saying that you should put what? You should put a cost accounting. And remember, I said the moment you activate CO, which is management account, for any posting you are doing, it will require you to put a cost accounting, which is like a cost center or a cost object, right? So we'll go there now and put our what? And put our cost center. So we have only created one cost center, which is finance. We created only one cost center. By the time we get to management account, we also create a cost center. So I'll put this one. And the responsible person is finance manager. I'll also do the same thing for here. I'll just put same cost center to it. I'll click enter. So this one is saying account 610140 is blocked for posting. Why is it blocked for posting? We need to go and look at it. Why the account is blocked for posting. So that if you want to look at the error, you go to the master data, which is FS00. FS00 is to check the GL master record. So I'll click on search. I know where it is, but you can click on search if you have a long GL. So you come here, I'll click on this. Now we'll come to this place to control data. I'll come to create bank interest. If I can't find the place to where the store was blocked, I can always go to hold on. Okay, just hold on 1 minute. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is to put another GL, but I'll still go back and look at that particular one. So, but I don't want to waste your time on this call. I want to waste your time on this call. So if you want to look at what is blocking that GL, you come to general ledger, you come to master record, you come to GL, you come to individual processing, then you come to hold on. Okay, just hold on. So I want to quickly see something. I think it's 114. Okay, so see what has happened here. Text there, escape code changed. Value. Okay, I've seen the error, but let's just continue our journey. So what we're trying to do is to post a journal to journal. Like we're trying to debit one account and credit the other account, and that's what I've just done here now. So you click on simulate to further see what you have done. You click on simulate to further see what you have done. So you can see a credit is going to drinks and a debit is going to travel expense account, right? So you just click on post. When the moment you see that okay, the entries are correct, then you can go ahead and click on post. You can see you have posted an entry now. You have posted one entry. So you can go into the ledger now. The next thing we want to look at is to look at what you have posted to the system. You can also come to this document and display what you have posted just for a second check. And this is what you have posted. It will generate a document number for you. I can see this document number that got generated at the point of posting. Now, the second thing we want to do is to show you the line item. We'll show you the line item of the posting. So the account, okay, now to get the line item, you know what, like I said, everything we are doing is using FICO. I'll go back to show you how to navigate to GL line item actually. So I'm coming to financial accounting, right? I'm coming to financial accounting, coming to general ledger accounting, I'm coming to okay, good. So I'll come to documents. So you can check the document you have posted with this FB0. You can display it, right? And you can also do line item display, right? You could also do another one, which is, let me just show you to display this one, which is FB03. FB03 is to display what you have posted to the system. You can see what you just need to put is the document number and you click on, or you put the country code and the fiscal year. The fiscal year is the year you have posted, the year in which you have posted into the system. So you put 2024 and click on enter on your keyboard. You see the document you have posted. So this is the adjustment entry we have done, journal to journal. That's what we have just done here. And you can see the entry we've done. So other ways to check is to also use /n FVL3N. You know, I said whatever we are doing is using SQL. Or you could also go through the route just like we did here. Just like we did here, you can go through the path to see the FVL. Now the other thing is that if you go to SQL, you can also search from this part. So I can click on Ctrl F on my keyboard now, and I'll say FVL3N. The moment I put FVL3N, it will take me to where FVL3 no entry found. Okay, let me search again. FVL3H. Sorry. Okay, it's not taking me there. Possibly, maybe they have not assigned it to this place. But I'll come to this place. I'll come to the search bar, then I'll put FVL3N. And you see my search bar FVL3N. I'll click inside, and you see to bring me to display. You can see what it's saying. Say GL account line item display. So I want to display a line item. So what GL do I want to display? I want to see the entries inside the GL. That's what I want. So I want to see the entries inside the GL. So I'll say drinks because drinks we just created the account drinks. So I'll say all item, not open item. I say all item, and you put your posting date. I'll just put January 2024. I know we didn't create it in January, but I just want to expand this selection. So I'll say 31st 2024. I'll click enter, then I'll execute. So you can see this is the entry we posted into the system. This is the one we posted. So you now see on the line item what we posted, right? We forgot to put the text. Now you can also put the text when you discover that okay, maybe you forgot to put a particular story or text on it. You can double click it. When you double click it, you click on this pencil here, edit, and you put a text. This is the only thing you can put on it. After you have posted the document, you cannot change the amount. You cannot change the amount. The only thing you can change is only text. So I can only say drinks for customer. Let me see. And you save it. Now we have saved it. I'll go back. You can refresh. You can refresh from this place. The moment you click on refresh, it will bring the text. You can see the drink for customers come up, right? This is how to post, to create a GL. We have shown you how to create a GL, how to create a GL in the system, how to post into the GL, how to also show you the line item, and you could also see your TB, because seeing TB is under GL. GLs are what is carrying your whatever. So I'll also show you that now. So you go to, if you want to see your TB, that's the balances on every GLs. If you want to see the balances on every GLs, all you just need to do is to come to your financial calculator as usual. Then you can come to information, or you come to general ledger, come to information system, click on general ledger report, then click on you can click on line item. You can click on line item, and you could also leave that and come to account balances. Come to account balances, you click on general, then you click on GL account balances. The route is a bit longer, right? And the moment you get to know that, you can take it to one of your favorite. You can create, what do you call it? Just like I showed you before now, insert folder, and I'll say GL. I'll say GL FICO, and I'll drag it from this place now. I'll right click and I'll drag it to the GL FICO. And then you can double click it to take it to the route. So the chart of accounts I'm using is JY01. So chart of accounts is just the list of all accounts. That's what it means. Chart of accounts is the list of all accounts. Now I'll just put my company code. My company code is JY012, because your report is based on the company code. Viewing your report is based on company code. Now, what is company code? Company code is the unique character, a self-contained, that you use to draw your financials, right? Because we all know that on paper we register our company with CAC. It's also essential that we register our business in SAP using company code, right? That's what we have just done here. So we say which fiscal year do you want to see there? We want to see the TB. Now we'll put 2024. We'll put our ledger. I know most of you know what ledger is. 0L is the ledger. Then there are other parameters here. You could go through it at your own level time, and I'll just click on execute. And then you can see these are all the entries that we have done on all the ledgers. So for every ledger, you should always see 0, especially for a system like this. So because the system will not allow you to post an entry without creating an account without debiting the corresponding link. The system will not allow you. So every of the system will always be 0. It's always balanced up, right? That's why you see your TB is balancing up here. So that's for GL to GL. Now we'll rush to invoicing. So the other way to post a GL to GL anyway, we have only used FB50. We use FB50, right? There are other ways. You can also use FB01. Can use FB01. So FB01 uses posting K and all that and all that. I will show you much on this particular one maybe other time. And you can also use F-02. And use F-02, which is GL account postings. You can but FB50 is an enjoy screen where you see your debit, you see your credit. So that's for GL. Let's go to invoicing. Now let's start with vendor invoicing, right? And before we do vendor invoicing, it would be good to create a vendor code. So to create a vendor code, what you do is to use BP. Use the code BP. BP, that's business partner. That's what you use. BP. On ECC, on the old system, which is ECC, it is FK01. But on S1, it is what? BP. That's business partner. That's what it means. You use BP. Can you see on my screen? I'm saying BP. When you put BP and you say enter, it will take you to an environment where you can create a vendor code. So vendor code are subledgers. They are not GL per se. They are subledgers. So when you run your financial or you download your TB, there is a GL that is warehousing. There's a particular GL that is warehousing all the vendor code that you have created. You can have 1,000 code vendors, right? You can have 1,000 vendors, but you will not see all your 1,000 vendors in your TB. All you see is a particular GL that is warehousing all of your code. So I'll just show you quickly here. So do we need to create one vendor, or let's show you what the vendor we have created before? So let's just show you one vendor we've created before because of time. We still have other things to do. So this vendor, okay, let me show you one. Okay, now if you want to search for vendor through this part, if you want to search for a vendor, there are various ways of searching for vendor. One of them is this screen. The other screen I'll show you as well. You can use FBL1N. You can use FBL1N. I'm using the code, but I'll go back to show you. I can search FBL1N. I told you about searching. So you can see this FBL1N, right? I told you about how to search with SQL. So FBL1N falls under what account payable, because FBL1N is what to display changes line item, like to see the line item on the vendor. So I'll click enter because I want to see. So if I go inside here now, I'll just continue searching. You see the vendor we have created. We have already created one vendor anyway. We created ABCD company, what have you. That's what we created. We can change this vendor if we want. So this is the code. I'll take this code. I'll go to that screen. This BP. You know, I said to create a vendor, you use this screen. So I'll use this screen to change the vendor code now. So to see the vendor now, we are in a particular vendor, J Company Limited. You want to look at another one, right? You can click on this place, Open BP. If you click on this Open BP, you see your business partner. Put the code you have copied. Click enter. And then you see the company code, the vendor code you have created, which is ABCD company. I'll change this vendor code so that it's clear. So I'll change it to, let me see somebody's name here. Muhammad Bakari. So, or Oyedira Damola. So let me say Oyedira Damola company. So now it's telling me, how do I search? So sometimes if you want to search for the company, I'm using a keyword to search. So I'll just change it to OE. I'll change it to OE. So anytime you put OE, the search button should just come immediately. I'll save it. I'll save it. Now I've saved it. So I'll also show you something. Let me please show you something. So there is something called, I said there's a place. So I'll show. Let me just. I don't want to bore you too much with the technical side of this thing here. So there's something called company code, and there's something called, I've talked about company code. So this GL now, this 20-30-20, this trade creditor lookup. This GL is what you'll be seeing on your TB, right? This is where to map the vendor code with the GL. So vendor code are subledgers. So you map your subledgers to your GL. So that whenever you are running your TB, you only see one GL that will be taking all your vendors. So this is where they are mapping it, right? This is where they are mapping it. I just want to show you that. And again, for every vendor, you also need to tell whether the vendor should file his tax in Abuja or should file the tax in Kaduna or Rivers State or Lagos. So this is how to structure whether the what they call it, the vendor should file the tax in Abuja. So I've already structured that this particular vendor is domiciled in Abuja. They register in Abuja and domiciled in Abuja. So therefore, his VAT and utility tax should be taken in Abuja or should be remitted in Abuja. So that's what I've just done here, right? So I'll leave this not to bore you too much with vendor code. So we have created one vendor already. We'll just use it. Now, I changed this vendor code to $0. So I'll go back to the system now and find. Just see what I'm doing. I'm saying OYE. I said the search term that I use is OYE. Look at search term OYE. The moment I type OYE, see what happened. OYE $0 comes and came up, right? So I'll just select it. And this is how to search it, right? This is how to search. So now we have seen the vendor code. Let's post to this vendor, right? So now, Damlola said she runs a company, a catering business company, and we want to buy cake from her. Maybe if our director wants to buy cake for her, right? So we create our PO, we create our what have you, but don't let me bore you too much with the procure to pay cycle. So we have a cycle called procure to pay, which is through MM and FI. Let's deal with just FI vendor. Let's leave it as just FI. So Damlola, we said we want cake for our director. Damlola said, okay, if you want cake, this is the cost of the cake. Let's say 1,000 is the cost of the cake. Damlola has now given us an invoice. While he brought the cake and now he has given us the invoice. And we need to book the invoice in the system and pay Damlola, right? We need to book the invoice and pay Damlola. We need to do our accrual into the system. So what do? We come to this place. We use MB60. MB60 is used to post a vendor invoice. But I'll go back again and show you the path instead of using T code, right? So you come to now, we said everything is under accounting, not under human resource, not under the control system. We'll come under accounting, then we'll come under accounts payable, then we'll come under document entry. We'll come on, you see MB60 invoice. We click on invoice. Click inside, then it will bring us to this page. Now we'll put the vendor, we'll search OYE. It's what we're using. So you can see OYE has come up. Then we'll put the date. We say, Damlola brought this cake on let's say 5th of December. We'll say 5th December 24. We say what's the reference? We say cake purchase. Then we'll put our posting date. Which date are we posting? Today is where we are posting today. So let's use today as posting date. Now the amount is 1,000. The amount is 1,000. Then I'll come to this place to put text. We say purchase of what? Of cake from Damlola. Is it? Yeah. Sorry. The reference may not necessarily be cake purchase. It could be the invoice number. The invoice number could be 0000015. So we'll come here. I'll say the tax part now. I'll come back to the tax later. So I'll come to the now. And when you're posting an invoice, document, it's always against the vendor and expenditure or to assets. Whether you are purchasing asset through vendor, you can purchase asset through a vendor. And you can also purchase items that are operating expenditure or directly to the plants or whatever. But I just don't want to. So now we need to put an expense account here. What expense account are we selecting? We'll go inside and look for one expense account now. We'll go inside and look for, let's say, drinks or traveling expenses. No, drink. Which of the GL takes me a cake? Meal and entertainment is what takes cake. Okay, let's just put drinks. Let us stop ourselves. Assuming that this GL is cake, assuming it's cake. You cannot create GL for all of the items in this world. You have to use something to cover it up to say, okay, meal and entertainment, confectionaries, and all that. So let's assume this is confectionaries here. So, and it's a debit. You can see automatically it has come up as debit because it knows that you are creating and acquiring the system. So, you credit your vendor. That's what will happen. And the system has recognized that. That's why it's showing debit here. So, we'll put 1,000 as well. Assuming that we are paying both inclusive of VAT to Damlola. We are paying everything to Damlola, right? So, we'll come back here and let's say enter on our keyboard. There will be some error, if at all. Click enter. So, it's telling us that it requires a cost account. Like, which department is buying this cake? Which department? We say it's finance. So, we type finance. So upon typing finance, this cost center will come up. We'll click on the cost center, we'll enter on our keyboard, right? Then we'll simulate, and then we'll post. I'm posting now. Wow, we have posted. You can see we have posted. So we have posted an invoice to what? We have posted an invoice to Damlola. You can come to display, and then you see the posting we have done. So this is what we have done. We have posted to Damlola. Now we need to pay Damlola. I will note this document. We posted 1,000, and we posted 1,000 credit to Damlola. And we need to pay. That's where the bank accounting side come now. That's where bank accounting side come because you have to pay through bank now. Through bank, you have to pay. So I'll open another screen. I'm using Control N to open another screen. Now to make payments, what you do? Remember, we have not created a bank GL, but I've created one before. I'll just use it to demonstrate the bank payments now. There are various ways of doing bank transaction. One is to do manual down payment, which is F-53, manual down payment. The other one is to do an automatic bank payment, which is going through automatic payment program. That one, the system automatically look at the open item. Look at, when we did Akura, based on agreement, is it due to pay that dollar? What we selected, is it immediately or is it after 1 month that we're paying that dollar? If it is immediately, then the system will see that immediately check, and it will take it to the bank. So you must have done some integration from your system to the bank. So the payment will just go to the bank straight, it will hit the bank and it will go through. You understand? So, but if you have not done an incorporation and integrating system to the bank, you have to do a manual outgoing payment. But in this one now, we have not integrated the system to the bank using API. So we'll use manual outgoing payment. The T code is what F-53. But I also go through the route, which is accounting, as usual. We go through financial accounting, we go to bank. Okay, wait. Financial accounting, account payable, because it's payment. We'll go to account payable, we'll go to account. No, not account. Still document entry. No, down payment. Hold on. Okay, now see, look at it. Outgoing payment. It's outgoing payment. So we'll come to document entry, then we'll come to outgoing payment. We'll come to outgoing payments. Then you can see F-53 post. So we'll click on this. And then you now put these parameters. So document date. The document date is usually okay. When are we supposed to pay that dollar? Or to say, okay, the document we are making payment to is what was done in 5th of December, right? Or was brought to us in 5th of December. The document type is KZ. You see, this thing document type is very unique to the system. KZ is for document payment, is for payment. KR is for invoicing and all that. It's an identification. It's what we use in identifying the transaction in the system. And we're making payment today, which is 7/12. We'll put a reference. Our reference will be TI. Maybe we send transfer instruction to bank. Right? We say bank, Zenny Bank, pay this money. We say Zenny Bank or First Bank, or let's say First Bank. Let's say First Bank or Access. Let's say First Bank. First Bank will make this payment when the year, we say 2024. Okay, it's not taking 2024, so adjust this to take 2024. That will be our reference. We can use the same thing as a document header reference. We can put the same thing here. That's a payment for what? For cake for director. Sorry, for director. We can do this. Now, we need to put an account, bank data. Where are we paying to? So these things, we are not really, because of time factor, we will not really do much on this thing, because the bank accounting is a separate entity on too. But we'll just quickly rush it and do something, because we don't want to waste much of our time. So let's search and look for one bank. So the bank structure in SAP before now is that SAP has an account called outgoing payment clearing account, and we have incoming clearing account, and we have main account. So at the end of the day, you reconcile these entries, these clearing accounts, incoming and outgoing, into your main account. That's what you do in bank reconciliation. Bank accounting, I'm not sure we'll be able to do it today, but let's continue. So this outgoing, you click on outgoing, then you put amount. How much are you paying that dollar? Let's say you are paying that dollar 1,000, right? You are paying that dollar 1,000. You come to this place again, you put your text. Then which account are you paying? The account open item selection. Which account are you paying? We are paying that dollar. So let's search. Let's start with the account and select that dollar. So this is that dollar. We select that dollar, right? Now you can do it through document number, or you just click on process open item and go and look for the 1,000 naira. Okay. Now a validate field for account. I said the status group we are using is it's something that is making this field to be mandatory. Remember, I said something like status on when you are creating your GL. So when we created this GL, I'll show you this bank GL. When we created this bank GL, okay, just search. This bank GL, we put bank account to be what? Obligatory value date. Value date is an obligatory field. So that's why it's flagging us that require the value date, right? On this GL, value date. And where's the value date? This is the field. So this is how to control this thing. So we'll put the value date, which is today is 7/24, right? And that's the value date. So you can see it has allowed us to go inside. Now we have to do what? We have to select the 1,000 naira, the KR we do, which is this one. Remember the document date is 5/12, 5th of December. That's when the document date is. So you select it. It's showing us 95. Why is it showing us 95? That's another question. Could it be that? Okay, let's go and look at the document. Ordinarily, it should be 1,000 because we said we want to pay 1,000. It could be because of the, what do you call it? The tax. But let's look at it. So we'll double click on this item. Then we'll click on overview. From overview to see. So what we did is 1,000. So where is 5 naira coming from? Where is the deduction of 5 naira coming from? So what we can do is to look at the entries. We come to withholding tax data. So you can see the system is calculating. The system has automatically recognized that that dollar should pay tax to the government. The system is already recognizing that that dollar should pay tax to the government. So anyway, let's leave it. We'll come back to this one. I don't want us to waste more time here. So he's saying 95 naira. 95 naira. So let me even show you on Excel the calculation. Let me show you on Excel the calculation so that you know that you agree to what I'm saying. So we say 1,000. So ordinarily you have this is your gross, and this one is okay. Let me do something. divided by 0.075. So this is your base amount. This is your base, this is your gross inclusive, and this is your what? This should be your what am I doing here? Okay, 0.075. This is your VAT, 7.5. And the withholding tax is what? 2%. Based on the current law, it's 2%, 0.02. So let's take the summary of this. Let's say plus this, 18.37. Okay, 18.37. So what you are supposed to pay naturally should be okay. 911. Okay, anyways, let's leave this our accounting calculation. So let's post back. So what we do is to post back this 95 naira. We just assume that we are not taking withholding tax from it. We are posting it back. So I'll click enter, and you can see it has changed to 0. If it is not 0, you cannot post this thing. If it is not 0, we cannot post it. So but I don't want to disturb ourselves much with okay, where is this calculation coming from and all that, because to take out this 1+1 already. And we have not done asset accounting, we've not done accounts receivable, we have not also drawn our financials. Okay, so let's continue. Let's say document and simulate. We'll simulate now. So you can see we are simulating now. See what is happening now. The system is recognizing the input VAT and the withholding tax because it has been activated in the system. What I initially wanted to do is to show you an entry that does not require you to take VAT or withholding tax at all. You should just post everything 1,000, take 1,000. Then the second leg that I want to show you, the second invoice that I want to show you is to demonstrate the withholding tax and the VAT, the tax portion of it. But because of time factor, I'll just quickly post this one. So you can see what the system is doing. The system has recognized this 75 naira, 20 naira. If you look at what we did on our Excel, so let me see, is my calculation correct here? 0.075. Yeah, 7.5, 0.075. And this one should be 2%. And it should be 8.73. Okay, let's see again. It's taking 20 and 75. Oh, now I understand. The system is misbehaving. The system is misbehaving because of this comma dots, and that's why the system is misbehaving. Okay, let's post this one first. Let's post this one, then we'll come back to that. We're posting this one now. So we're assuming we are paid $10. Let me quickly see if I can make correction to this thing. So I'm changing this parameter. Change this parameter. I'll save it. Now save it. So let's do something. I don't want you to. Okay, let me check something. Let's put on. I want to quickly check the configuration on the tax. Then quickly check the configuration on the tax. Financial account global setting. Okay, so let me see. Calculation. So I want to check the calculation on the tax. So let's see. Let's say one. Okay, sorry. Okay, 7.5. 1.5. Is this showing 7.5? Let me see again. Okay, it's good one. Sorry. Sorry, let me just quickly do this. Sorry, taking your time. Just 2% of it. Have the tax. The tax. Okay. Let's put this one and go. Okay, so let's just leave this thing here. I don't want us to go through the comparison and to waste our time here. So let's leave this tax of the thing. Let's leave this tax now. So what we are just trying to say is that we can post to the invoice, and we can also make payment to the invoice, and that's what we are trying to demonstrate here. So, and we can also look at the ledger of the vendor. We can look at the vendor ledger. Okay, I'll say slash NLBL. So let me see OE. So I'll just click on. I may not even put all these parameters here. I'll just click enter. It will give me all the parameters. Right. So you can see these are open items. These are items that need to be paid. These are items that need to be paid. These are items that have been cleared, meaning that we have paid this one, or you understand that's what this thing means. This green check meaning that we are not owing this vendor. You can see this is 0. This place is 0, meaning that you are not owing this vendor. But this one's with open item, which is this red, meaning that you are still owing this vendor 205. Meaning that you are still owing this vendor 275. That's what this thing means here. So that's how to do vendor posting and look at what is due or what is being owed to the vendor also. So let's quickly do receivable. So let's leave receivable because receivable is just the opposite of vendor actually. Receivable is just the opposite of the vendor. So what we just do is to let's quickly go to the asset because we have less than 20 minutes to round up actually. Let's go to the asset. So asset is a different ballgame on its own, meaning that you have to create before you acquire an asset. Now you want to buy an asset from the vendor, right? You want to buy an asset from the vendor, and if you're an accountant or even if you're not an accountant, I'll just tell you what we normally do. So you create an asset code. So this asset code will be tagged to all the what do you call it, all the assets you are purchasing, whether in fact wherever you are working, if they are operating or doing the proper accounting there, you see that there's a tag on your laptop, there's a tag on your desk, there's a tag on your chair. Those tags are more like your asset code. They are unique code assigned to respective what they call it assets. So the first thing you need to do is to create an asset code, and that's what we'll just go ahead to do now. We'll create an asset code. So creating an asset code, you use AS01 to create an asset code, but just like I've been doing, I'll use the part which is accounting, then come to financial accounting, then come to fixed assets, then I'll come to assets, then I'll come to create, then you see assets, right? So I'll click on assets, right? I'll click on assets. Then you put an asset class. So an asset class is a classification of the type of asset you want to purchase, right? An asset class is a classification of the type of asset you want to purchase. So you have to click and look for the asset class that you want. So you find one. So I'll just use computer. I'm assuming I want to buy computer. So I'll click on computer item. Then I'll click enter on my keyboard. So I'll come to this place. Then I'll put, let's say, Dell laptop. I'll say Dell laptop. I'll put this. And then after that is, so this capitalization on will flow from your acquisition. This capitalization on will come from your acquisition. That's what will happen when you acquire an asset. That's when you capitalize it. Yeah, that's when capitalization should start. When you acquire it in use, let me say when you acquire the asset and you put it in use, that's when the capitalization should start. But when you acquire asset and you are not ready to use it, you should take it in as an inventory. Don't go and acquire. Just take it in as an inventory. Create it as an inventory kind of. Put it as inventory. Then by the time you want to put it in use, go and acquire the asset from the inventory. It's as simple as that. But the moment you acquire an asset directly, the flow will just come. The date of acquisition will come to this place, to this capitalization of acquisition, the date will flow to this place. So I'll just quickly come to time dependent. Under this time dependent, what you're supposed to put is your cost center. Because the cost center, by the time in asset accounting here, when you are doing depreciation or you are doing what have you are not touching anything. Everything is flowing from integration to GL, right? So we'll just find one cost center, we'll put one cost center here. Find one, we'll just put this one. Then we'll come to assignment. If you have a business area too, I forgot to say, if you have business area. So what is business area? Business area they are just like your locations. Let's say you have business in Lagos, you have in Port Harcourt, you have in Warri. So these are business areas, right? So and location. So all these things. Then you come to assignment. You put if you have valuation group, like how you value your what have you can put it also here. So you can also come to your leasing or your origin. Where is the asset coming from? Is it which vendor? You can put the vendor here. So I can put Oyediran here. I can put can put quantity here. You can put a lot of things on this asset. This asset master record where you can put some parameters for tracking, for reporting, and all that. So I'll come to the depreciation area. Under this depreciation area, I'll just put the depreciation key, and depreciation key is what give direction to the type of how you want to depreciate your assets, meaning that do you want to use straight line method or you want to be reducing balance or declining balance as you may call it. So this the depreciation key is the rate plus the method. That's what this thing is. So I'll put useful life. I'll just say 1 year or 2 years. Let me say 3 years. I'll put 3 years. I'll click enter on my keyboard, then I'll click on save. So if I click save, I'll just click on enter. This is a warning, and you can see I created my asset code. Right, you can see this is my asset code. This is my asset code. Then I've created an asset code now. You can also view your asset using AS03 to view your asset, right? You can use this to view your asset, right? This you are viewing your asset. This way you are viewing the asset, right? So you could also now we have seen our asset, we have created an asset code. Now we need to acquire an asset. How do you acquire an asset? You acquire an asset through /n. That's the thing code is because I'm in another screen, so I'm using /n f-0 f-90 rather. So f-90 is what we're using acquiring an asset. So we can acquire assets through other means anyway. There are other places we can also acquire an asset. But you can see acquisition from purchase from vendor. That's what this thing is. I also use the parts just like I've been doing to also show you how to acquire the assets, right? So we'll come to asset, we'll come to posting now. Instead of asset, we'll come to posting, we'll come to acquisition, then we'll go to external acquisition. So you can see F-19 with vendor. So like I said, there are various ways of acquiring assets. You can acquire an asset through offsetting entry. You can acquire an asset from affiliated company, from a third party company. You can acquire an asset. So this how to acquire. There are different ways of acquiring asset, like I said, right? So we'll just acquire this one through $10 to acquire this one through $10. So now we'll put the date. Let's use S01.01 2024. Okay, no, let's say 01/12/2024. The posting date should be 01/12/2024. 2024. Then you can put your text, you can say acquisition of laptop. Now 31, this posting key 31 is a credit. To know the posting key, you can come here, you can search, you can see 31, 32. So 31 is vendor credit. You can see that. So then I'll come to this place, I'll put the vendor. So that dollar is no, I think what I put here is what I used. Okay, let me just go inside and find we deal on $10. So let me go inside and find we deal on $10. Okay. I'll remove this search button. Then I'll click on search. Okay, this will be there now. Then I'll click enter on my keyboard. Okay, it's telling me posting period 012. Posting period 12 is not covariant when Why is this? So posting period, you see posting period is posting period are like January, February, March, April to December. So it's telling me here now that 12. Okay, now this is the error. Okay, the error. So now then I'll put an amount. I'll just put 200 or 2,000 or 20,000. Let me use 20,000. I'm acquiring the asset laptop for 20,000 naira. Look at 20,000. So I'll come to this place text. I'll say I'm acquiring laptop. Now the other leg, now you know this is a credit. We have created the vendor. Now we want to debit the asset. So when you are debiting the asset, you use 70. 70 is the posting key for posting an asset. You can see A asset 70, then you see D as debit asset. You come to this place, then you put the asset number. Now what you are putting here is asset number, not a GL. You are putting asset number, not the GL. Note that you are putting asset number here, not GL. So let's look for our asset number. AS03. So this is our asset number. If you want to confirm, you go inside to see 10 laptop. So I'll copy this number. I'll copy this number, then I'll go back to put the number here. So after that, you come to this TT tab called transaction type. You put either 100 that you're acquiring this asset externally, or you put 110. It depends, right? You can see all the in-house acquisition, right? So I'll just use 100 because I'm purchasing the asset. I'm purchasing the asset externally. I'll click enter on my keyboard, and it will bring me again. It's bringing me again to this withholding tax. And the reason why this is because we have activated tax in the system. I could go and deactivate it so that we don't have issue. Let me just quickly deactivate it. Sorry. I'll just deactivate it quickly. Withholding tax. So, sorry, I'm deactivating the withholding tax tab. Company code. Activate external withholding tax. So I'll just deactivate it. GY01. So I'll check this. I'll click enter on my keyboard. Enter. Save it. Okay. So I'm paying that. So now instead of 20,000, I'll just put star here because I put the what they call the other place. I'll put plus here. It should flow. It should bring up the amount and the what they call the text automatically, and that's what I've just done. So I'll then now simulate to see my entries, and as you can see my entries now, you can see a credit to Oyedi on which is the vendor where I'm acquiring my asset from, and a debit the asset number. You can see the asset number. Now, but if you want to see the GL, because there are some configuration we have done that you do not see, right? That's why you're seeing it like this. If you want to see the GL, you can always say you want to see simulate general ledger. So it will not simulate general ledger wise. Then you see some of the GL. It's telling me something. Hold on. Okay, let me go back. Simulate. I'll click enter my keyboard. You see this GL 3001. This account is a technical clearing account, right? It's a technical clearing account. That's what you see. For the asset class now, the asset is 10002. If you click on this asset now, it will take you what's happening? Okay. So see something here. Look at the vendor code, right? Look at the GL that will map to the vendor code. I'll go back. Look at the asset technical clearing account. Account has been mapped to the GL. This is the asset. If I don't click this asset, it should ordinarily take me to the assets itself, but it's not doing that. No problem. But I'll show you. There are some mapping anyway. I don't want to disturb you much with the mapping. That's the technical side of it. That's the configuration of the system. But I will show you guys. Let me just simulate and post because of our time. I'll just post. I'll post. No. So I'll just post this entry. I'll post this entry now. Click enter on my keyboard. I'll just click enter on my keyboard. And you can see we are posted into the account. Now, something I did not show you. I did not show you something. Oh, I was supposed to show you that actually. To show you the asset that. Okay, look at the asset now. We created this asset. And now the value, you can see, because we have acquired the asset, if you know this capitalization, it has picked the date of acquisition as capitalization date and first acquisition of this. Yeah, so you hello, hope you can all still hear me, right? Okay, now you can see the depreciation area. The depreciation area has come up as well, which is 01/12/2024 depreciation area, right? And you can see the capitalization area there too. So because we have acquired, that's why all these data is flowing. This capitalization date will go and pick the acquisition date. The posting date is the acquisition date. The posting date will be the acquisition date. And that's why all this flows. Now, I want to look at the value, the asset value we have posted. Now, the asset should be carrying 20,000 that we posted. You can see acquisition value is 20,000. APC transaction, that's acquisition, what's it called, value is 20,000. You can see it's 20,000. You see the value has come in. It will tell us where we purchase their asset from, which is the vendor. It will tell us the cost center, repeat. It will tell us what we actually bought, which is this, right? You can see their laptop. This is the asset code. So this is how to track your asset. If you know the asset code, now maybe the chair you are sitting on in your company has an asset code there. If you have access to this place, you put the asset code to see if the asset has actually depreciated, fully depreciated, or it has depreciated with 10 naira or 20 naira or what's it called. So this is how to view your asset in essence. This is how to view your asset. Now, you see ordinary depreciation. These are depreciation value. We have not done depreciation yet. So if I come to posted value now, you see, because we acquired the asset in December. And so the only month we will do depreciation is only December. And it will not be full this December because we acquire when? Let's see, when did you acquire this asset? Is it 1st of December we acquire or 7th of December? I think it's 7th of December. So that's why the value will not be because asset is a difficult environment because even on paper or on Excel, you acquire an asset on 7th of December. And by 7th of January, you should depreciate 1 month. But you will not just wait till the 7th of January before you do your depreciation. You run your depreciation. You run your depreciation maybe at 31st December. So the system automatically go and do its calculation that what was due as of December 31st, it will do the calculation and it will post it. And when it does its posting, what happens is that it credits the accumulated depreciation and debits the depreciation expense account relating to that asset. That's what happens. We all know how asset depreciation and all that. So you have an asset, you have an accumulated depreciation, you have your depreciation expense relating to that asset. So your accumulated depreciation is a contra account to your to your asset itself. So your accumulated depreciation will be credited. So by the time you map your accumulated depreciation against your asset, because your asset will be debit, your asset are debit account, your accumulated depreciation accounts are credits. They will be under your asset too. They are under your asset. They will be under your non-current asset. That's where you put your asset, then you put your accumulated depreciation. So they'll be netting off. It will be like a contract to itself. I don't know how to explain this thing. I think the accountant knows better. So that's what you do. So, but we are not depreciated. But it's saying planned depreciation. You can see it is planned, but we are not depreciated yet. So when we do depreciation now, you see it will turn to green. It will post the entry, pass the entry into your accumulated depreciation and your depreciation expense account. That's what will happen, right? But I'll quickly show you where we did the mapping. Just A090. Oh, sorry. A090. Okay. So this is my start of depreciation. So quickly, my asset class, which is computer items, asset class, computer items, I'll come to balance sheet account. So this is my computers. We bought laptop. So this is your asset value. This is where the value will come. Acquisition that period. Okay, this is the depreciation now. You click on this depreciation now. That's where you now see your accumulated depreciation computer and depreciation computer. So these things we have done, we have created already in the system. All these are GLs that we have created. So the system will just come here and automatically look at what you have marked here and it will pass the entries. That's what happened. So not to take much of your time, I think we've said a lot. And I know most of us have questions to ask. Probably you want to know which career path you want to take in SAP. You want to know whether SAP is a viable thing to really invest in. So you want to know these things and you want to ask questions. And the question could come and we'll take another maybe 10, 15 minutes on questioning. So because of time factor, I think we'll just want to leave it at this point. The other one I've not discussed is cost center accounting and profit center accounting, but I could just show you where you can create your cost center instead of wasting much time. AEON. So this is where you can create your this is the cost center will be using since. You can see finance account. This is the cost center will be using since. So this cost center will be mapped to the profit center, and this is where they map profit center, right? So maybe if we still have time, we would create another webinar to discuss some of these ones in detail. But because of time factor, I think we'll rest it here. So if you want to see the profit center, because we have cost center, we have profit center, and there are a lot of configurations that have been done to get to this place. You can see a standard hierarchy for profit center. So this is the first profit center we created, right? So a lot, and we said a lot actually on this webinar. We said a lot. We've talked about general ledger accounting, we've talked about account payable, we've also talked about accounts receivable, right? Everything we have not done now, because whatever you are doing at the end of the day, our colleagues is reading this, but let me end this part, then you call me please. The only thing we have not discussed, because all the bookkeeping you are doing, all the posting you are doing, the essence is to get your financials, right? So let's quickly see how we can get financials before we end it. Let's see how we can get our financial records, our financial. So you come to financial accounting, you come to general ledger, then you come to information system, come to general ledger reports. So one, I said you can see your reports. You can come to master data, you see your chart of account, you see this page. So let me show you one that is like account balances. I've shown you that one before. I've shown you account balances. The one we want to show now is to see what do you call it? Trial balance or financial accounts. What do you call it? Sorry, my head is already skipping. Okay, so you come to accounting, you come to financial accounting, you come to general ledger, you come to information system, so you come to F.01, which is balance sheet. So because essence, at the end of the day, you still want to see your financial reports, and that's so you come to this place, you put your chart of account, you put your company code, you put your ledger, 0 ends our ledger, then you come to financial statement version, you come to this place and select your financial statement version. Our financial statement version is let me search. It's JY01. Okay, this is the financial statement for. Then you put your reporting year, which is 2024. You put your reporting period, which is one. That's January. Reporting period, like I said, period that January to December. You put your reporting period, which is January. Comparison year, which comparison year? We did not post anything in 2023, but I think we have one. We would have used it. Then we put comparison period. Then you can select classical list. Let's try classical list first. This is the list outputs, like how you want to see your entries, list outputs. I'll click on execute. So you can see this is your financial statement. Your financial statement. You see all the computers reports. Look at the computers report 20,100. Why is it 100? Probably we have posted one before now. So you can see local customer. So this local customer is taking all the sub ledgers of customer. That's what this local customer is doing. Now you can see trade creditor local. This is your GL for trade creditor. And you can see it's taking all of your everything with $300 report, everything is coming to this place, and every other vendor they are coming to this place. You can see withholding tax. Withholding tax we posted. This is a negative. This is a liability anyway. We are supposed to pay to the government. So we are supposed to credit debit this account and credit our bank, right? So this is how to see, and these are your P&L accounts. This particular one was not properly structured, like for this particular company, we did not structure the financial statement properly. This is how structure the financial statement. There's a place where you can do your financial statement, which is slashing. Let me open another screen. You can use /O to open a new screen. OB58 is to set up your financials. So I'll just choose not necessarily to GY01. So I'll click inside. So this is where to structure it. Structure it now. You come to financial statement items. So this is where you now come to say, okay, financial position, which is balance sheet. Then you come to income statement. Then you expand it. This is where you now structure, okay, your assets. Under asset, you have non-current asset, current asset. Under equity, you have equity, you have non-current liability, current liability. So this is how you can structure it. I can just create one now. Let me say this one. I'll just say assign. Okay, don't make me outside. I will say create item. I will say create item. Then I'll say maybe current liability. And I could come here and say non-current. Pardon me with all this. So you can see they have come up. Now you can now come here and say you want to assign accounts. That's the GLs you have created. If you have created any GL, you put it here. You come to this page, you put it. So this is how to structure it. So it's time. We do not have time at our side, so we want to cancel that. So that's that on this. I think we need to end this call. So let me see another chart of accounts, maybe a better structured one. Let's see if we have a structured one in the system. Sorry. I'm not really confused. Okay, so let's see this one. Let's see, maybe it has some entry. Let's check if there are entries of does not exist. Okay. So I think to summarize, we've done a lot. I think we've done a lot with this webinar. But what I'll do now is to let's discuss. At least let's discuss the part, because the most important thing is that most of you may not have used SAP before, and you'll be looking for an opportunity in SAP environment, and you want to know which part you want to take. Is it financial accounting? Is it material management? Is it PP? Is it what? And you want to know the sweetness or the goodness of SAP. And you want to know whether SAP is a viable thing that you want to take, especially during the fight. You want to know that. So let's discuss that. And if there are other AOP like opinion or something you want to say, then that also this is an opportunity to discuss all that. So let's start by that. I think I should start with the person. Okay, so Collins wanted to say something. If you want to say something, just put up your hand, then we'll talk. So Collins, I think you can unmute and talk. Right?
Okay, hi. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Collins.
Okay, thank you so much. I think you tried fighting time, and I mean this was very informative, really. Thank you. What's it called? So I mean, I dropped some certain questions while you were walking through, but I understand you couldn't see them anyways.
Yeah.
There were times when you were just mentioning some numbers, FS 550, FS. So I was just wondering, how do you know that this was what you're supposed to go to, or whatnot? I mean, how do you know that you're supposed to go to financial accounting, general ledger, instead of going to financial accounting and then going to assets? I mean, how do you know that this was what you're supposed to go through and all that? Then the other part was around the other question I have is around the reporting. From what I see, I mean, I think I dropped that reporting question before you went through that reporting thing, right? From what I see, I don't know what that last part where you had gone to reporting, right? Is that the trial balance, right? Because it seems like it's a trial balance and not the financial statement per se. I mean, it's trial balance financial statement, but I mean, you know how financial statements, the face of the FS would be, right? Is that how it's supposed? I mean, I'm thinking. I mean, so is there a way that SAP can bring it out that way? Or is it the trial balance as the end product of what comes out of SAP? Then the other question is, you had talked about some certain things around the technical bit during your introductory slides, right? Where you talked about, if I remember, ABAS or something like that, analytics, something, right? So in my head, I'm thinking, is it like you can then do some sort of additional programming on SAP? And then what kind of programming can you do aside from the whole integration? I mean, I'm concerned about the additional programming. I mean, is there like additional programming or and what if you can elaborate more on that?
Okay.
Yes, and also are there ways you can link SAP to say Power BI? So are there such functionalities, right? Yeah. And are there ways where you can be able to do things around all those kind of management reports, high level executive reports? I don't know if you've done Power BI before, right? But I mean, if you're using Power BI, there's some sort of drill downs and all that can happen. So I'm just thinking, does SAP have those kind of functionality, or are there ways you can integrate SAP into Power BI and stuff? Yeah, really. I know I've said a lot, but I mean, anyhow you can tackle them and anyone you can tackle.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Collins. Thank you very much. Yes, this thing you have talked about will take 30 minutes, but I'll try to summarize it anyway. So I'll start from the last one, meaning system with Power BI. Can SAP integrate with Power BI? Yes. So I've used Power BI before. I used Power BI before, and yes, SAP can actually integrate with Power BI, but SAP has its own in-house analytical what's called software called SAC, System Analytical Cloud. Yeah, SAP System Analytical Cloud. Yes, SAC. It is called SAC. Let me see if I can. I do not. I will show you the system now, but it's called SAC. Just put SAP SAC. SAP SAC. System Analytical Cloud. It's a cloud solution. So it does some sort of similar thing like Power BI. So why SAP advises more to use SAC is because SAC is a system of SAC is one of the what do you call it? Is one of the solution of SAP. It's like a baby of SAP. Yeah? So it is much easier to draw data because Power BI is also drawing data somewhere. So it is much easier to draw data from S4 because everything boils down to data. If your data are not correct, they are not arranged properly, or they need to be somehow. So SAC already is a cloud solution that can easily be deployed, and that's why SAP has continued to reference SAC instead of SAP has continued to support SAC instead of using a third-party system like Power BI. See what SAP is doing. Let me be honest with you. So SAP is trying to create solution for everything. They're trying to create solution for everything so that you will not see reasons to, just like iPhone, you will not see reasons to say you want to use a third-party system. So they are creating everything on their system. So one is Concur. Concur is for travel. If like you want to use travel, you want to travel for. So they've integrated some companies like like any companies that does flights traveling into their system with Concur. It's a solution report. The other one called Ariba, which is sourcing. So a lot of solutions that SAP has that you can incorporate. That's one. Just brief on Power BI thing. Now we are talking about technical side, which is ABAP or something, right? So ABAP is for programming. So there are some enhancements you can do with SAP. SAP knows that okay, you may not find all solutions on their system. That you want to do some sort of enhancement. Maybe you want to create a new screen for yourself. You want a particular input to be entered. You want a particular report. For example, now if you want to do tax reports in Nigeria now, tax reports may be different from what is obtainable in India or in USA. So they expect that okay, it may be different. So okay, if you want a customized report, then you go through ABAP. So ABAP will go into the system, look at the code, then work around the code, create a template, give you a particular T code, a new T code where you can, and the T code is always starting from Z something, so that you can generate your report. So ABAP are the guys who can customize the system. They can work around, do some enhancements, or some work around to a system. That's what ABAP can do. Now we talk about TB and FSV. So SAP has a default T code for TB, right? TB, what you want to see on your TB is your debit and credit at the end of the day is 0 of all entries. So SAP has that. There's a screen to see that. Now, with regards to the financial statement version, financial statement, yes, because the one I showed you was not properly structured. It was just a new system, it's a skeletal system that we are using to do some sort of testing. But in a very live system where it will be robust, it will be spelled out properly, like the balance sheet side now. You will see your current, non-current, they'll be bifurcated into separate entities, so it will be more visible, more clearer. So SAP has that functionality. You do not need any customization. That SAP already has a default way of doing that, of getting a report. Now, navigation. Okay, so you were talking about how do I know that I need to go to this place to pick MB50 or MB02? So, like I was saying, the system, the way the screens are, the moment you understand the way the structure, the way the navigation of the system, you know that okay, this is how to go about it. Just like on our phone, we don't want to see something about, we go to about, or we go to setting, we go to about, or we want to change some appearances on our system or on our phone. We know where to go to. We want to talk about audio, we go to settings, system audio, system sound, and all those things. So the moment you get to know how SAP has structured their navigations, the rest is story. The rest is story. You know that okay, if I want to do something, I need to come to accounting. Now accounting, because like I said, SAP is very robust. You can see on this place now, you are seeing joint venture accounting, you are seeing project system, you are seeing other things. But the one that concerns us is financial accounting. So you click on your financial accounting, general ledger, account receivable. So these are sub modules. They are sub modules of that financial accounting. So I already know that if I open general ledger, look at something like general ledger, we have document entry, we have document, we have account. If I open account receivable too, the flow is the same thing. Document entry, document, account, master record, periodic processing, the same. You understand? So it is just few ones that will be different. Few ones will be different. So you already know that when you want to talk about editing documentary, you want to do a bookkeeping, or you want to post entry into the system. With regards to general ledger or with regards to receivable, you just come to document entry and you see the entries. Now, this for general ledger now. If I go to the receivable side, and I say document entry, you see everything comes from document entry as well. A lot of things that we did not talk about, like clearing, like so we just let all those ones because there's not enough time, honestly. In fact, if we say we want to use 7 days, we may not really cover everything in 7 days. So we just need to just do little. So that's with regards to navigation. So any other person with question? I'm sure I've been able to do justice to what Mr. Collins just asked. So which other person, if you have any question with regards to the career path, or whether you're already in it and you want a career path in the SAP or something, if you have any question, please just raise up your hand and then we'll give you your mic and you can speak.
Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon, sir.
Hope you are good.
Fine, sir.
We appreciate the lecture. So what I want to know, you just mentioned a career path now. So are you going to take us through? Are we going to come through you to learn SAP, or what is the reason behind all this?
Okay, sir. So yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate that. Thank you. So SAP, I'll use this opportunity to just speak to me. I started my career as an SAP person. So myself, I wasn't an accountant. I did chemical engineering in school. So I was fortunate to be working in a company that uses SAP. So I was fortunate to also be in an account department, and from there, I was able to like pick interest in SAP. So how do I get to pick interest? It was because I love technology. So I decided like technology is just the future. And okay, let me pick the technology side of accounting, which is SAP. So I began to dig deeper, and I enrolled on the training. I couldn't afford the SAP standard education system because SAP has something called Academy, SAP Academy. So on SAP Academy, even as I'm speaking currently, to go through the academics around $1,200, and the class will last nothing less than maybe 1 week to teach you from the fundamental, not accounting. They are teaching you the system. They will not teach you accounting. They will just tell you how the system works, how the system talk to each other, how the system speak to each other from the back end to the front end. That's what they will be telling you. So I enrolled with someone who is a consultant already. So I met him. I said, I don't have the phone for SAP Academy. I need to enroll with you. Please, how do I pay? So then I do not even have enough money. I was just taking maybe 40% of my salary every month. I was just paying this guy. And he was just there for maybe 1 month just to create a relationship. And then the rest was me building myself, looking at the system and touching the system. So SAP is actually a challenging software because one, you cannot find the software that you want to use for testing, just like maybe every other system. It is not easy to find. But most of the time, what we do is to reach out to some Indian guys. Some Indian guys have a mimic of SAP, like they have a mirror of SAP. So they sell the not full package. They'll give access for 1 month or 2 months to practice. So you have access to the back end tool and the front end. You can practice. You can do a lot with the system. Having necessary information, required information, you can learn. You can also learn from YouTube. A lot of material on YouTube. Myself, I started a YouTube channel where I started teaching SAP and all. But the essence of this particular one is to say, okay, see, at one point we need to give back to the society. We need to give back and also build our own portfolio and also make money from it. Will not be that too much, but we need to. And that's the essence of, okay, let me create a webinar where I use the opportunity to pass 1 or 2 to the public, and also to say, if you want to learn SAP, you can learn through our academy, because we also have an academy, myself and my other team. I have some other team in my team. We have guy, we have PS, we have every other system, every other module that I can talk about. Mine is FICO, I'm handling that part, but we still have other people also handling other thing. So to say, if you want to learn anything in SAP per se, you can come through us, we'll teach you how to use SAP. And if you talk about the career part of SAP, honestly, as it is today, to be honest, SAP is an expensive software. It's a very, very expensive software. Even to implement SAP in businesses, any business that you find using SAP, just know that this business or this entity, they are rich. You don't need them to show you their financials. Just know that they are a rich company, because it is not easy to implement it. It doesn't come with cheap price. No, it doesn't. So it is expensive. Likewise, the remuneration for those who are experts in that environment. So those who are SAP experts, who are teaching SAP, or who are consultants in a company running SAP, they don't go with small money, because they know what it costs to learn SAP and to get the certification. Currently now, if you go on SAP, you want to write the certification, you will spend nothing less than 1 point something million to write the certification. And the certificate expires every year. It expires every year. You have to renew it. If not, your potential clients that want to employ you for a particular project will not. They will look at your certificate and say you are not updated yet. So that's the story about SAP. I don't know if I've been able to.
You are in order, but coming through your academy now, what does one need to know? What do we need to learn? How do we register? How do we, at least to learn the basic, really, if it's so high end like that?
Okay, so the first thing first, it is much easier to teach someone who is already an accountant, because accountant already knows. Okay,
so I should go and sleep.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
you are not ready to teach me now, so no. I should go and sleep.
No, sir, I'm building my story. Actually, I'm not saying you can sleep. I'm saying it is much easier.
Call the story, the basic, okay. The FI, the CO, the parts, during the code, chart of account, and the rest of it. You don't know where we could be, so that we can just touch 1 or 2 things, and they believe we know it also. So it's just basic training. We are not saying we want to go in full whole.
Okay.
You understand me? And you said you have an academy, you and your guys. What is the purpose? How can one join? What are we going to learn? What are we going to take out of it? That's all.
Okay, sir. So if you enroll with our academy, the registration is very, very simple. You have to show commitment that okay, we want to learn this thing, and we'll send you our our pricing and the modules that you may want to learn. And after that, we'll structure our timetable as to when we want to. Because most of the time we do it weekend, we do it Saturday, Sunday, and then we'll start from the basic, from this, from that, and that's how it is. It's a simple part, sir.
That's fine. We'll follow up when we're ready. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
I appreciate it.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good. My question is following the same trend the last man just asked. Sorry, I used the last man. I don't know his name. I was online yesterday to check for how I could start a career in SAP. As at June this year, I have a colleague at work who has an in-law that created a class of this kind. And this is what he has done. Running a class, people join for as much as 500K. The class is supposed to be 3 months, and they also pay after the 500K and access to a cloud server. That's why they are practicing. There's a cloud server where they're practicing and everything can be stored. I'm sure that's how SAP work. Now, beyond that, he didn't come to do just the FICO. Because while he was training people, it seems he has a complaint, personal complaint as a consultant, where he gets contract from companies like NMPC and some other companies, and they're going there to either maintain current structure that have been built or they're building a new one. So for each time, he has different kind of contracts of such. He goes in with the teams he has trained so that they can also build the idea. And after there, they come up to be a consultant on their own before they now move into going to write the exams you talk of, which is the certification, the main certification. Because even if you are going to go and write the main certification, if you don't have a deep knowledge of this, you will fail. It's just like, what's it called? ISO, doing the quality management system or business continuity management, all that. So now, to the main question, like the last man just asked, let's be specific. Let's go into details. We don't have to be, you send a form. How much is a form? Now, if I'm coming to come and learn supply chain or HR on this system, how much does it cost me? How is the payment flexible? So I don't have to be going front and back. Yes.
Okay.
The coming our form is 50,000. Now, if you're going for FICO, we'll treat you as flexible as it is. We are doing it for 300K. Okay, this 300K you can pay 3 times. Okay, server access, you still have to. So let's just go out so that everybody can, between now, which is December, plan against possibly next year, if that's when the classes can start. Or if you have a class that's coming soon, because I'm sure it won't be easy to put 2 or 3 people on it. And your academy, does they have such a benefit like this one that talks about that can instantly put students who learn from you on internship on companies, remote job, not necessarily physical, because most of us, I'm sure, who are here currently have a client-based work who cannot easily move that and say he is exploring a new job. So does it have a benefit of an internship to when you have a cloud job and you need some people to build some few systems, and from where I am, we connect through wherever I do whatever I need to do. And if I need to come physically. So these are the main thing, because I want to see why you were teaching. Yes, I was speaking it. I'm IT, I picked 2 sometimes, but I slept off. But I already had knowledge of this and I have in my plans to learn. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very, very, very much. I appreciate the question and the enlightenment as well. So the structure currently is the first thing is we pay 600K, and it's just for a month. Like we said, the class is Saturday, Sunday to 2 hours. Saturday, Sunday to 2 hours. That's 4 hours in a week. 4 hours in a week, and it's for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. Yes, that's a month. That's a month, right? So then we'll be able to cover our financial accounting. Financial accounting is a separate module. We'll be able to cover our financial accounting for that module. Now, as regard the access to a server, we'll get you a server for 2 months. As you are teaching you are practicing, we're giving you assignments, we're giving you what have you are coming back the next time to show us that this is what you have done. Not even if during the week. The week is strictly, the Saturday, Sunday is strictly teaching. The other weeks, like Monday, Tuesday, if you have time, maybe you come back from work, you use 1 hour to do some things on the system. If you are faced with an error, you can we have a group chat where you send in all your screenshot of an error and we'll resolve. We have some other guys on ground that can look at your error and fix the error for you. Now, the third leg is that when you are done with the training and you have practiced for that 2 months, because the access server is not for life, it's just for few period. The other server that we can give you for life, it is not the up-to-date system, because like we have ECC, we have S4HANA. S4HANA is the real software now. ECC is the old system, and we don't want to encourage people to use ECC, because even ECC by 2027, SAP is SAP will stop supporting ECC. So rather we want to encourage people to use S4HANA. And S4HANA, we don't have a permanent system for S4HANA. We only have something on the cloud that they can use for 2 months. That's what we do with that. Now, after that period, if the person now feels that, okay, I think I've done a lot of practice and I've learned 1 or 2, and the person says, I want to do my certification. Then we can give the person roadmap of how certification is done. Yeah, because certification is outside our purview. We have to pay to SAP. So we have one-time certification, one-time certificate, like one-time access rather. You can sit for one-time sitting rather. You can pay one time and you sit one time. If you fail, you have to pay another money. Then we have another sitting, what they call, which is six slots. You'll be given a 6 slot. That one is more expensive, but the one with just one time is a little bit more affordable. And we'll give you a dump, like a reading, reading text where you read to understand likely question that will come up. And we can assure you that if you do what we asked you to do, to read what we have given you to read, you pass your exam. Now, after passing your exam, there is a global group. There's a place where there's a platform, a global platform, where other senior consultants are currently. So when they have any offer, any job offer, they put it in that group. They say, okay, we need so. The moment you are certified, we use your certification, reach out to the platform, add you to the platform, so that you also have opportunity to get recruited as soon as possible. Likewise, if there are opportunities, like you said, that if there are opportunities with regards to, okay, going to train some staff in some company that already use SAP, yeah, we'll bring you in because you're one of our brand. We'll bring you in. We'll say, okay, please join these guys. Please enroll these guys. We'll tell other of our friends, okay, please, can you go with these people so that at least they get to see how the business works and how the stuff works and all that. Those are things, these are how the community build. We have a community actually. So and these are how we build the community. So these are the few things I can say with regards to the question you have said. I hope I've been able to say something about your request, sir.
Yes, he did, but it was still narrow to just FICO. I don't know if
the other modules. Yes, the other modules. If you still want to learn the other modules too, we have guys who can teach you other modules. Mine is just FICO. I have other colleagues who are like PS, project system. We have another person who is an MM. We have SD. We have for every module. We have for every module that you want to learn. Even if you want to learn BTK, we have for every module, but their pricing varies. For FICO, for FI, it is 600. For MM, it is 600. Those functional modules that you can easily get. Yeah, but for those modules that are very difficult to get, like the ABAP guys are very difficult to get, so and they're always very busy.
How about the supply chain part?
Yeah, the supply chain part. Now we talk about material management. Supply chain is a big module in itself, but we have a material management under supply chain. Yeah, but material management, yes, material management is a module, is a functional module. It's also on the par with FI. It's also 600.
Okay, now between you and I, and for the benefit of those other people listening, which of these modules is being required by people within Nigeria space, where even without certification, without the major certification, after training and being able to demonstrate very well what you have learned, you can start to earn a bit that can at least assist you to add up to whatever you would need to be able to do the major certification. Or which one we advise? Okay, even we advise any of your students to go and learn, knowing full well that everybody that is learning whatever at this age is either first learning for his personal benefits, which is the return for the cash. Secondly, it could be like the one you have done today to give back to the society. But if there's no money inside the pocket, you remember to want to give back to any society. So which one will you advise somebody to key in with the benefit of getting an instant requirement for a service?
Okay, but okay, I understand what you said. So if I'm to advise, because a business cannot even stand one department, right? So same as goes to SAP. Same goes to SAP. So it is the most source module. Financial accounting is the most source module. The KPMG guys, all these big four source after financial accounting pretty well. And most of them don't stay longer because the moment they do 1 or 2, they are going outside of the country. So financial accounting is what I would say any day, anytime. Now the second module I would also recommend that one should is success factor. So success factor is a cloud solution for human resource management. That is HCM and success factor. These are the 2 modules that I would say any day, anytime. I think you would get something. It could take some time, but you will get something. So these are the 2 modules as compared to other modules like production planning, plant maintenance. We have fewer consultants around that area, but they don't look after them as the financial accounting and the success factor. Yes. So the other one I could also say people should learn is the ABAP. That's the programming side of SAP. It's technical, it's difficult a bit, but it's something that one can really go deeper in it, and you would definitely you make your money from it. No doubt about it. If you become an ABAP consultant, you will make your money. I'm not talking about petty money, we're talking about good money. But it's the technical side, and it requires you to do some coding and all that. So these are the modules that I would mention: FI, success factor, ABAP.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Do we have any other questions? Do we have any other questions?
Hi. Is when you said you're going to share the slide with us, when would you share?
Yes, I will share this slide. Latest tomorrow morning. Because today I'm going somewhere today, or by God grace tomorrow, Gospel of Life, I'll share this slide and I'll also do some other updates to it, so at least it will be beneficiary for all.
Okay. Sorry, another question here. Do you know SAP AO and then SAP BW?
BW. Okay, so SAP. So the one you're talking about warehouse, and the other one that seems like analytical, right? That seems like you're doing analytical stuff. So, but that particular movie you're talking about now, I won't lie to you, people are dumping it. People are dumping it because SAC, because of SAC, because of the cloud, that's the cloud solution. SAC, people are dumping it. The few companies who are in Nigeria now, the few companies who are using anything analytical are not, especially when they are on S4, they are not using those BW and whatever warehouse and all those things again. They are not using it again. They are using SAC. So SAC is something that for those who are analytical, those who are coming from Power BI, Tableau, and maybe doing some sort of analysis, SAC is something that they can explore. And even SAC is something good, no doubt about it. It's something good, but outside of the country, they are sought after. They are looking for them outside of the country. But in Nigeria, because of our lack of data driven, we are not really. But yes, we are still using, some company uses it, but we are not there. Just like data analysis now in Nigeria, how many companies still want to, So that's just my summary around that. But outside of the country, yes, SEC people are. If you just look at Canada, just say SEC job in Canada, you see it. You will see what I'm talking about. You see that it's sought after. But PW and others, their system that SAP has moved a little bit technically from that area. But it's something that anybody wants to explore, you can still explore. Can still explore it.
Okay, and you said currently SAP is on S4. Is that what you said?
Yeah, SAP, we have ECC, which is the old system, just like your iPhone 13, 14, 15, like that. So SAP has its ERP system, which is ECC, but they are promoting S4 now. And they've also said by 2027, they will stop support for ECC. So people are now moving from ECC to S4 now. So currently now there's a surge of people looking for some consultants that they would bring in on board to their business to move from ECC to S4 now. So S4 now is what it is. It's a solution. It's just one solution. We have about 4 other solutions. We have Coco, we have Ariba, we have what do you call it again, Figures and all that. So, but S4 is the current ERP system that we're running on. And even S4 has its own version. It started in 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, and they are coming with newer version. They are coming with some few changes in the system. So, and that's why they want you to do your subscription every year so that you meet up with the day-to-day, the yearly version updates.
Interesting. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm sure we've exhausted a lot of questions, but if there are other questions, we're still glad to set it. And but if you have any other one, you can still drop it on the group chat. I'll open up the group chat. We can further discuss on the group chat. But by God grace tomorrow, by this time tomorrow, I should be able to finalize with the notes, and then I'll send it to the group by this time. So thank you very much. I do appreciate your time. I do appreciate your the concentration and the questioning and the enlightenment as well, because I've also learned one or two from from a lot of us here. So thank you again. May God bless us all. Enjoy the rest of the day. God bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye. Thank you.
Yeah.